Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Sadashiva Shamarambam Shankaracharya Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sagana Vavadu Sagano Punaktu Sakabiryam Karabhavakai Tejasvina Vadidamastuma Vitvishavakai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvaraj Mritve Brahma Vidyacharyase Nachiketase Cha. Pranams. So today we will enter into the Tradiya Valli of the Pradama Adhyaya of Kathopanishad. Third section of the first chapter of Kathopanishad. Whatever need to be told to Nachiketas, or whatever need to be granted to Nachiketas for the three boons, were completed in the second chapter itself. Atmajnanam has been given in certain ways, including some sadhanas called Adhyatma Yogam. But then the teacher took compassion on him, and maybe this is not enough for him to understand it. Tam Dudarsham Kudam Anupravishtam Guha Gahvareshtam Puranam. All this kind of very paradoxical words, phrases. The Atma has been indicated. The Atma is Ishvara, Ishvara, Paramatma. And we are asked to meditate upon him to realize that I am none other than the Ishvara. Because it does say in one of the mantras we heard, Eda Shrutva Sambarikriya Mritya. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, Prak Sarira Vimukshena Ihaiva. Prak Sarira. Before the body is left behind in this world, Ihaiva, Ihayeva. It means you must attain me, so Bhagavan says in Gita, before the body drops in this world. That means he is indicating that you can attain the Jivan Mukti in this very birth itself. Of course, you can do a Krama Mukti of doing all the rituals, being a Punyatma, going through worlds after worlds after worlds to reach the abode of Brahmaloka. And from the ultimate teacher, you learn again the Adhyatma Yogam. Jnanameva Kaivalya. You cannot attain liberation without that jnanam. So you have two paths. So Kathopanishad is giving you the both paths. So if Nachiketas need to be reinforced and given some additional explanation for this, what about you and I? All this sounds very nice to hear. Atma is everywhere. Atma is Ishvara. The analogy of the sea and ocean and the wave, very compelling. I can understand all this. Katakasham, Akakasham, space pervading. But then I get a problem that how can I be that? All that is intellectually nice, but in Anubhav, in experience, this is not the case, right? So this is where Bhagavan is coming now. It comes down a bit in his teaching methodology. Like to show the moon, the mother shows, hey, look at the tree, look at the branches, you look at the gap, and there you see the sun, the moon. So therefore, the Vedas, Shruti is teaching us something lower than the truth, but nevertheless, it's important sadhanas to the truth. And what is that empirical reality? Not absolute truth, but the truth that we handle is that there is a Jagat, there is Raja, there is Krishna, there is Subramanyam, there is Rama, there is Lakshmi. So there are multiple jivas, multiple things, multiple life. So let's not even think about Advaita Anubhuti now. Even to understand that God is within me is itself is a big bonus. Because I have been told I am different from the God. So I had to go and look for the God. I go to Punya Kshetra, go to the temples, go to Satsanga, see a Vigraham, do the puja. So many things I do to see a God somewhere with my eyes, with my perception. Vedanta tells you, well, that's the right thing to do because you at least have the prema for or love for the God. That's good. Do that. And when you do all those kramas, brothers, your mind get purified. Good, you do that. You'll get benefits. Yes, you do it. But then it is going to tell you all that you are searching for, the God, the Atma, is within you. Let's not go that is I. Okay, let's take one step first. So it means the Tirupati, Kashi, Kailash, Yatra, all the do to look for the Parabrahman is actually within me. Yes. Then why I am struggling? Why I have this journey? And this is where I think this Adhyayam, this Valli, we have to listen very carefully and sensitively because a lot of nice things with examples. But you'll also be very familiar with this because all the great quote from Vivekananda, Bhagavan in Gita many times, there is something called a Radha Kalpana comes in here, thinking the whole thing. See, it is now trying to tell us, hey, you, Jiva, you are in a journey, a perpetual journey. Oh, is it? I didn't know that. I'm based in Harrow. I don't travel anywhere. And you say, no, look back. Where were you before? What all the path you passed through? A small boy, adult, young adult, man. You're passing by so many experiences. Then we are very easily attached to this allegory that life is a journey. Now, take that example. Life is a journey. Therefore, who is the traveler? Where does the journey start? Where does the journey end, if at all if it ends? And what is it? Now, this discussion makes it more relevant to me, I think, because all the Atma Jnanam is somewhere up there. But when you talk about my life, my journey, yeah, I want that to be understood. Now, that is our interest. What is Guru's interest? Hey, this journey you are taking, you are not alone. Because the very journey that is possible for you is because Ishvara is with you. Okay, I have a company. Always. I'm never alone. Mind you, we are talking in Dvaitam now. I and Ishvara. I'm never alone. So the first learning is the Ishvara I am looking elsewhere is within me. So this, no school of thought has got problem with this. Even the Vedantam, everybody agrees. This is no, we pass through the no conflict zone right now, okay? Conflict in the sense of intellectual analysis. So there is a Ishvara in me. Okay, I'm a good person, I know. I can understand Ishvara in me. But that person, you see that? He's an evil man. Does he got Ishvara in him? Yes. He has chosen a path of evilness. So the journey he also does. Journey you also do. You may be doing a good journey in a good path, and he may be doing a bad path. Why he chose that path, we will come to that. But journey, yes, it is. So the companion for the journey is Ishvara, means no matter whether you are a good person or a bad person, a beautiful person or an ugly person, in you, with you is Ishvara. Well, it's nice to hear. I want to believe in it. See, this is where the Shraddha comes in. What is Shraddha? It's not a belief. Shraddha is the spark in your heart that tells you that what you're hearing is true. Even though the head, the buddhi, has no spark. The buddhi hasn't got the resolute understanding of it. But the heart says, I think it is right. I think it is the right thing. But intellectually, you are not that. That is Shraddha. Belief, the foolish belief is where your heart doesn't accept, your head doesn't accept, but you force yourself. It's very difficult to do. So when we learn about Dharma Shastrams, when they teach you, and if you don't ask questions, if you don't understand the purpose of it, and you blindly believe in it, that means you are neither your heart agrees, nor your brain resolves it. You are as good as ignorant. But maybe you got a viparita jnanam now. That's why our religion, our path is not dogmatic. You are encouraged to ask questions. Dhruva asked a question. Prahalad asked questions. Every child in the Puranas asks questions. Maitreyi asks questions. So women, men, boys, girls ask questions. And then the answers that you get is a lifting stepstones for you. The answer is never complete. You know, never complete when you start questioning it. So you have to keep questioning it. But you have to get one step ahead, like climbing a ladder. You're not reached it. The Shraddha gives you a ladder to climb, right? So Shraddha I have. So I have somebody inside me, that is Ishvara. Now it gives me now a momentary happiness. Hey, after all, I'm not alone. When my love gets away from me, when my parents discard me, I am jobless, I'm poor, my health is deteriorating, I feel I am alone. Now Vedanta tells me, oh no, you are not alone. Ishvara is with you. So therefore nobody is alone. Nobody should grieve. Nobody should feel distress in life. Only if you understand, have the Shraddha that Ishvara is in you. Now, Give me some evidence for it. Ishvara in you. Now we have to not talk about this body. What is Ishvara? If it is in me, so when somebody sees me, they must see Ishvara. Isha Vashyam Idagum Sarvam. They don't see me. They tell me, hey, Raja, why you are thin down? Then I say, yeah, I'm thin now. Now, what do I do now? Listen carefully. I am now saying, I am thin or I am fat. You see? Now, what I have done is I am associating myself with this body. Then Vedanta tells you the body is like a shirt that you wear. It is called Annamaya Kosham. You are not this body. Because if you look at the photograph of you, 3 years crawling on the floor, where is that body? Oh, that body is gone. It's dead. You got a new body. Even this Janma. Correct. So I associate with this body, but the body is not me. But then why I say I am thin? Because I'm used to saying that. Or I have this avidya that I associate myself with this body. Or put it differently, this body clouds my intellect to know who I really am. So that which covers your intellect is called kosham. I'm reminding of Tattvabodha. Right? So Annamaya Kosham is a sheath which is made up of Annam. Annam means food. This is the Panchabhuta Vivekam, you know it. So this body consciousness, and when I say I am thin, I am fat, I am associated with the Annamaya Kosham. The Annamaya Kosham hides me from this. But when you probe me, hey, what are you talking about? It's okay. The body will come and go. Then you say, yeah, this is my body. The moment it becomes a mamakaram, mamakaram means my mind. It is slightly better because it's not me. It is mine. Mine means it's an object I possess. So I own this body or I dwell in this body. That's very good. Then you say, okay, why you look tired? I said, yeah, I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. Now you say, I am hungry and I am thirsty. Is it my body that is hungry? We normally say that the body is hungry, body is thirsty. Well, if you look at the dead body, it doesn't feel hunger. So this hunger, thirst, all this kind of bodily effects are coming not from the body itself, but there is another sheath inside the body. It's called a pranamaya kosham. Because when I have this respiration, inspiration, when I have this prana going up and down, the prana creates hunger. Prana creates thirst. Because prana is what? Energy sheath. So when I say, therefore, I am hungry, I am thirsty, I am associating myself with pranamaya kosham. Is it not? But you know, the pranamaya kosham is not me. Okay, that means it is also a sheath hiding my true nature. Then you say, you give me some water. I drink the water. And you ask me, okay, now you're thirst free. Tell me, why are you looking so sad? Then I say, thank you for asking me. I am very sad, very confused. So many sufferings I am going through in life. Now, what is this? This sufferer in me, the griever in me, who is that? If I am me, the sufferer, yesterday I was not suffering. So that sufferer of yesterday is dead, is it? So this emotions I am bringing, I'm showing, is that I am not attaching with the body. I know it's Annamaya Kosham, not with the Pranamaya Kosham. But there is something inside with my emotions, the emotional sheath, the Manomaya Kosham. So I am a sad person. I'm a happy person. I build a personality for myself without knowing my true nature. So Kosham means that hides. It is a Manomaya Kosham. Understand? You see how very easily we confuse ourselves. This is the beauty of Vedanta. It is not difficult. You approach Vedanta not with a complicated mind, not with some sort of an intellectual thing to understand, Vyakarnams and Shankara Bhashyam, all this difficult. No, no. Just come like a child. It's basic common sense, because Vedanta is common sense. Because when I say I am sad, I am not sad, then I asked you, why are you really sad? I don't know. My mind is creating these sad feelings. So that means your sadness is because your mind contains chitta vrittis that are sad. Yes, I am thinking about the past. All this comes, the thought comes to make me. So it is my mind that is sad, like my body that is tired. So when the moment I say my mind becomes an object, a possession of me, because my mind changes. So it is a manomaya kosham. So I am not that. Are you sure? Absolutely. I gone through this understanding, contemplation. I am neither the body, nor the pranashit, not the mind. Oh, you are very determined. Yes. How do you know? I think my intellect tells me. I have drida buddhi. Manam is sanchalam. Either this or that. Sankalpa vikalpam. Is it Balaji or not Balaji? Oh, it is Balaji. See, they are the same antakaranas, but we differentiate for how it functions. Buddhi is the finest of your mind, which determines. The determination of truth or not truth is depending on how pure the mind is. So if the rest of the layers of the mind are filthy, dirty, the intellect produces siddhantam, which is kalmisham. That's the reason why you clean up the mind. Then the buddhi becomes automatically powerful. You don't need to really do like an IIT exam you prepare. So you have to do coaching. So you don't need to do a coaching to do Atma Jnanam, to intellectually sharpen your thing. Because the intellectual pursuit depends on the underlying layers of mind, prana, and the body. So a good body, uh, controlled breathing, purified mind means very clear intellect. Then things will just appear on the intellect. You know everything just like that. But then ah, I say my intellect. So therefore, that is also an object. After all, it goes to sleep. It doesn't work. It undergoes parimanas. It is a faculty in me, finest faculty. But it does not tell me who I am really is. So it is also a question. So this is called a Vijnanamaya question. I'm just repeating Tattva Bodha because if you understand this, then we can understand the mantra. So now what I have so far got, I have a journey as a Jiva. I don't know where I started, where I'm going to go. I will learn this. But I'm comforted now because I am not alone. There's an Ishvara in me. So I must be very close to the Ishvara. Someday I'm going to learn I am Ishvara, but I had to be very close to him because he is the best. So why should I go in the same train but not in the same carriage with him? I had to be very close to him. Upavasam, I had to sit next to him. But that means I must really move from the false notion of myself, from the body, prana, mind. So I crossed all these koshas. Annamayam, Pranamayam, Manomayam, Vijnanamayam. Well, if I transcend my brain, that means my brain doesn't work, it's not functioning anymore, come to dormant, that means mind is dormant. There's a prana, the pranamaya question is different from the mukhya prana. So use the same word prana. The pranamaya question is the pancha pranas of the mukhya prana. The mukhya prana is what? Mukhya prana is Ishvara Shakti, which is doing all the Leela. It's a container that is going to carry us from birth to birth. So when I transcend all this, my Mukhya Prana alone is there. So what happened to my body, mind? They rest. Buddhi, rest. But is it functioning? It's functioning, but it is on the darkness. What is the darkness? The darkness is a blanket of avidya. It is sleeping with a blanket called avidya, ignorance. How does this breathe? How does this blanket encaged? How is that I'm able to come out of it? What is activating all these things? That's the mukhya prana. The prana keeps running. So when I'm in that state, is that me? Do I exist in that state? This is something you need to contemplate. I would not give you an answer because it's good that you think about it. We'll discuss it. So in the perfect sleep, sushupti, do I exist? I think I must exist. I can deduce because when I get up, I say I slept very well. Okay. So do I at least I have no way of saying that I cannot say I am sleeping. I am in a deep sleep. Like I can say I am hungry. I am thin. I am sad. I am stumped by the intellectual knowledge. I can say everything in all these koshas when I identify. But when I identify with the Shushupti, Anandamaya question, even the buddhi that can express words at rest. So the question, therefore, is, do I exist? That is a question for you to contemplate. I must exist because when I get up, I say I slept. So this is where you have either I must exist, or hey, when Ramesh gets up, Lakshmi Mami say, Ramesh, you had a good sleep. How do you know, Mom? I was watching you. Oh, I think I feel fresh. I had a good sleep. So you know consciously, because you are getting up, you have the pratyamigya, you get the remembrance of your life. So after all, you had a sleep, a temporary pause, you know it. Somebody is watching you, telling you that you had a good sleep. But in fact, somebody watching in us is the Ishvara. So the ahankaram, the I, cannot even own the Anandamaya quotient, because ahankaram is mahat. The ahankaram, that I am, I'm saying the I is exactly what the Ishvara says I. Like the sun spreads light everywhere. In a pot, there's a little water, and you see there is a sun there. The pot is my body. The water there is my, mano vijnanamaya quotient. On that, the sun is reflecting. That is me. The sunlight is there. So we will touch upon it again. So remember, therefore, when we understand this shloka, when it enters the body, you have to think of this panchakosha. If you meditate upon this, then you can see the problems come to each kosha, and you can dispassionately do it. When if I'm a surgeon and if I need to operate on my daughter or a child, I normally don't do it, right? Because when I'm cutting it, I find it, oh my God, I'm cutting my daughter. I got emotional problems. I'm attached to it. So normally the other professional will do it, right? Because you lack detachment. But when you are detached from this, you can do a job well. So when I am detaching from this body, tatedat asharitvam moksha. Ashariri, we say. Ashariri means we say bodiless. The ashariram means not having body. Simple meaning is dead person. That's not we take. Here we have to take it differently. Asariri means asangatvam. I have nothing to do with this body. I am unattached to it, like a mercury, water on a lotus leaf. So when you are able to detach yourself from the body and mind intellectual complex, you are already liberated. Okay, leave the liberation for a minute aside. But at least in your life, you become free. Because when I have this cut in my hand, I said, or it's wrinkles in my hand, or gray hair in my head. I said, yeah, it's my shirt, it's getting dirty. What can I do? When your mind is at distress, I say, yeah, the mind has got a bad thoughts. I just wash the mind. Bad thoughts will go away. Because it came, before it should go. This is the Maha Mantra. If something comes to your life, it will go. Be it good, be it bad. Be it your love, be it your enemy. So therefore, your job is to endure, or better word, enjoy the company. If it is happiness, enjoy it without holding on to it, because when it goes away, you will have fear, grief. When it is grief, endure it with the strength, it will go away. So nothing is going to stay. So that detachment, if you have it, you can solve your physical problem, your respirational problem, your mental problem, your intellectual problem. Generally, when I say solve, it means not you dissolve completely all the time, because there's a prarabdham. When I have ulcer is going to affect me, but I have the capacity to deal with this. When you're prepared to deal with your problems, half the problem is solved. But we panic. Oh, my body is now weak. Oh, my mind is weak. Because we attach ourselves to be that. I am weak. You are not weak. Your mind is weak. So I must go on to improve the mind. So this is kind of a lessons we take from this. So let's now get into this slogam, and we back and forth we go to the Tattvabodha itself is a Vedanta, right? Complete the sense of it. Everything's an elaboration for it. So we go to the first mantra. Ritam bibantau sukritasya loke guham pravishtav parame pararte chaya tapau brahma vitho vatanti panjapnayo ye trinachi kedaha rudam piyandau sukritasya loke guham pravishtav parame pararte chaya adabhav brahma vitho vatanti panjapnayo echa trinachi kedaha. So here he is saying, let's go line by line. Ritam bibantau. Bibantau. Bibanti means drinking. Bibantau means dual. In the case, it's a dual case. Dual vachanam. Dvivachanam. Bibantau. There are two people drinking. Drinking what? Drinking means here experiencing it. Ritam. Ritam vadishyami, satyam vadishyami. Ritam means generally truth. Satyam is called Ritam. Why we say Ritam vadishyami, Satyam vadishyami twice? Satyam is absolute truth. Ritam is an expression of truth, interpretation of truth, revelation of truth. What does it mean? If I speak only what my mind knows, what I intellectually know, what I commit, no, I am speaking the truth. When I am sincere to my job, I am truthful to my job. All this is Ritam. You do that because you are Satyam. You are absolute truth, unchangeable. The sun rises in the east is Ritam. Sun does not rise. That's a Satyam. But here they are interpreting the Satyam as Ritam because it helps the rhythm of your life to use sun as a marker, as if it rises. You know it's a Mithyatvam, but you can take the truth to heal you to go in the path. Right? Here, this is where I think we need Bhashyakara's help. Here, the rhythm should be taken as the inescapable fruit of action. In other words, karma palam, that the thing that you need to endure in life because you did that action. Mind you, if you do something, however small it is, the effect of it will come to you and it will cause an experience, either a physical experience or either emotional experience or intellectual experience. You need to go through it. It is inescapable karma phala. That is rhythm. So rhythm bibandhav means these two, or to experience this karma palam. What is that? Sukritasya loke. Sukritasya generally means punya, good things. But I think here we should take it as swakritasya. That's what Bhashyakara says. Swakritasya. Kritam means that you've done. Swakritasya means whatever you have done. That's a more appropriate lakshyarth. So whatever you have done, for that, the karma palam, ritam, bibantav, in order to drink that thing, what do you do? Loke. What is loke means? In the world. It is the whole jagat, but it is here, it is this body. Because this world for you is first your body, your body, mind complex, your world. Then there are different world outside. So here the loke means within the realm of your body. Second line. Parame pararte guham pravishtam. So the kriya padam is pravishtam, bibantam. Here comes as an adverb. So parame pararte. Para ardhe. Ardhe means here the place of residence, the place of domicile. Param arte means the supreme place. For who? Parame pararte. The place where the supreme Atma is going to reside. What kind of place it is? Guha. It is the heart or the subtlest of the buddhi. So when you say this buddhi, hriday, guha, it's all the same. Yeah. So in the, it is beyond the intellect, beyond this discriminative power. It is the intuitive power. So in the hridaya guhe, which is the place of the Ishvara, Pravishta. Pravishta means enter. The two entered into this. The two entered in order to bring the karma palas or experience the karma pala into this body, taking place in the heart of the supreme abode. So when I say I, we say normally, you touch your heart. I. Naturally, you touch your heart. Or the Chinese will say, touch the nose. Maybe that's a pranasthalam. You don't say touch here like this. Naturally, it comes to the heart. Now, what is these two people entered? The third line, Chaya, Chaya the bhav. Chaya and Tapaga means Agni. Chaya Atapau. Atapau means Agni or light. So shadow and the light. These are the two, shadow and the light. You can immediately think of it. If these two are personified as two people, what is a shadow? Can the shadow exist by itself? No. Shadow has to exist only when there is a light that shows the shadow. Right? Therefore, if there are two persons getting inside this body to that guha, one is a chaya. That means one is a dependent personality, not absolutely real. The other one is the light. Okay? That means when I finally understand who are these two people, that we already know one of them is not absolute real, mithyatvam, but that's what is going to make all the thing, When you see the shadows on the wall, you ignore the light. Light is everywhere. You see the shadow. You watch the movie, you're watching a shadow of light. The whole world is a shadow. The shadow moves, shadow behaves, shadow attached to a body. You know where we are going, right? We are going to be called the shadow. But shadow doesn't happen when there's only pure light, right? Of course, Bhaskar doesn't go in there, but I just want to give you only Yukti Pramana. Just it's enormous light, there's no shadow. If you pass beyond the atmosphere, complete darkness, but there is complete light. But there's nothing to shadow. There's no object to reflect light or reflect shadow. So when you reflect light, there's a reflection of shadow. The dvantvam is always there. Let me see what's the time. What does it say? Yeah. So how does the shadow come in? I mean, there must be something that interfere the light, all pervading light. A branch of tree would create a ghostly figure on the earth, as if dancing. The ghost is dancing, coming towards you. Oh my God, there's a ghost. Oh, no. It's a tree that is hiding the light. So there is this shadow that enters in the body is there because there is something encapsulated as an embodiment, as an adjunct or an upati, as a limiting factor that causes this shadow. You understand? So what is the insight we are going to get from this is that I am a shadow, which I will be told in a minute. Therefore, I am not an absolute reality. I am mithyatvam. But I have a shape, I have a form. I can dance around, I can animate myself. But my nature of this is because there is something caused this. The cause is my causal body. That is in the Vijnanamaya question. The avidya blanket I was telling you. The avidya blanket is coming to you to close the light of it. This is a good example to contemplate something different, In the Vedanta, sometimes we say avidya covers the Atma. How can, if something covers something else, the covering object is bigger than the covered object, is it not? If I need to cover this table with a cloth, the cloth has to be bigger than this. If avidya can cover the Atma, which is full of Shuddha Vidya, then avidya is bigger. So that doesn't really go well, right? But here it is not like that. The shadow gives you a better thing. The light is everywhere. But you are causing an impediment to the light that causes a limited shadow. And because the limited shadow is also a light, so it has got a consciousness and it believes this limited shadow is itself. And then when you look at the light, it says, I'm not seeing the light because I am the shadow. The object, like the shadow, hides the light. So the covering avidya of me is not bigger than the Atma. The Maya is not bigger than the Atma. Another example will make it clear. So I look at the sun and I say, okay, I'm going to cover this sun. And what I do, I take my hand, I put it like this. Now I covered the sun. Have I really covered the sun? No. I covered myself from the sun. Because I don't need to have a sun-like hand. I can have a little hand as big as my eyes, enough. So therefore, our ajnanam, which is the manifested avidya in me, if it can hide my true nature, then it forms a shadow of personality. You have to really understand this clearly. Otherwise, the Jiva Vicharam is very complicated. The Dvaitavadis will confuse you so much. So the Chaya Tapau is therefore not really two. It's only the light. But the light enter into the place has got some impediments causing shadow. The shadow gets animated and it thinks it is this body. Now, who's saying this? Brahmavito vadanti. Those who knows the Brahman, Brahmajnanam, say this. You cannot know the Brahman. It's not an object to know. Here it means Brahmajnanam, who understand this subtlety of it. Panjakniyo, Panjakniyo. Trinashikesaka. So you can say, Nachikeda Agni, if you do 3 times, it is 3 Nachiketas. So those who do Nachikeda Agni 3 times, those who do Panjaknis, they all say that. So it's a Brahma with the T. So Brahma with who knows the Brahma Jnanam. The Jnanis say this. Panjakniyo, who does the Panjagnis at home, who are like the Grihasthas, Deva Yajnam, Pitur Yajnam, Buddha Yajnam, Manushya Yajnam, Rishi Yajnam. Here the fire means Yajnam, Upasana, knowledge. So Brahmajnanis say this. This is how the Shruti says. Shruti, even though Shruti says it, it says the Brahmajnani says. This is a proof that Brahmajnani knows it. The Grihasthas who follow the Dharma says this. From the Grihasthas who are doing Nachiketa Agni 3 times to go to the heaven, they say that. So therefore it is giving Aptavakya. Yamadharmaraja is saying this. Nachiketas, it's not I am saying this. All this Jnani says this. You see? But there is more Tattvartham in this. The Panjagni, I just briefly touch it, then we can take it next class. Panjagni is a Vidya. course, there are a lot of schools today, they teach you Panjagni Yoga, Panjagni Vidya, all kind of branded things there. But you have to understand in three ways. In the Laukika way, in the Grahastha's Panjamahayagyam is called Panjagni. The second one is very specific rituals, which was done by Kshatriyas, because this is about, in the Chandogya Upanishad, in Samaveda, there are a lot of vidyas have been taught. Sat Vidya, Panjagni Vidya, Vaishvanara Vidya, so many vidyas. These vidyas are upasanas, or karma yogis, karma kandas, is kind of upasana, yagyam. For the Atma Jnanam, it is a knowledge. It's a knowledge of evolving one from the other. So the Panjagni Vidya, Kshatriyas only knows before that. I think maybe next class I'll tell you the story behind it. This is about the creation. So, because you may have a question, right? I understand this light and shadow comes in. Light is Atma. So Atma is all existing. Therefore, I don't question the existence of it. Shadow's existence, I understand. It is manifest. It comes out because there's an impediment. But it goes into the loke, a body. Where does this body come from? It means, where is the Srishti? So this is why the Panjagni Vidya tells you how the Srishti is. Right now we saw in a Puranic way in Lalita Trishadi, when he was talking about the egg comes in, from that comes. So Puranas gives you a lot of pictures, way, a story, very convincing. It's good enough to know. In Vedanta, you have to go into the minute of it. So here, in Chandogya Upanishad, the Vidya was taught in such a way. There are all the Srishti. Let's just stick with the human being. It applies to everything in the world, but let's take human being. So how am I born? Panjagni Yagya has done. Because we never question why I am born. Why anybody is born? Why anybody dies? What is it? If it is a consequence of something, you can say your karma and all that. Karma cannot happen until I start myself. Somewhere I should start. So this yajna happens in the Prakriti. Panjagni here, the creation is put into 5 planes. In the heavens, just take it as heavens right now. See, once upon a time, it's like a story, right? The earth and the heavens were not separate. That's what the Veda says. What does it mean? There's nothing exists or everything exists in something. Is it a dot? Is it a blob? It is something? No, I can't say. There is nothing exists because there is no space exist. How can I imagine? You cannot imagine. How can I explain? I cannot explain. Nothing exists means, is it shunyam? No. From that everything came. So it's not a shunyam, it is purnam. Purnamadaha purnamidam. So let us imagine now. Okay? Try to stress your mind. And this is the earth and that's the sky. Sky is the heavens. They were together. There's no gap. So I am all crushed. Everything is crushed. I don't know what exists. Then, for some reason, it started splitting. Like when you have a gum, you have a super glue, you touched it. Then if you take it up, the thing comes out, right? Like when you test the pagu for the alva, touch it up. Like that, earth and the heaven separated. That space is called antariksh. So when it's separated, then creation started. The creation requires, in principle, a masculine part and a feminine part. In a cellular form, the masculine tattvam and the feminine tattvam is in the same cell. They may not have two physical body, they have a single body. But this principle has to be there. One to receive the creative energy, one to give the creative energy, and they grow. So let's take it now. The heavens, the antariksh, the space, the earth, the prithvi, a man and a woman. These five are the cause of creation. So therefore the Panchagni is these five Agnis. So the Deva Yajna that happens in the heavens create the ojas of energy, and how it get mucked up with karma we'll see later. But then that comes into that drops, that descent into the antariksh, comes to the space. The energy comes to the space. The space is called Jala, Jala Tattva. So from the Agni, it comes to the Vayu, they make the clouds, make the Tattva. In the Vayu contains water, Jala Tattva, and it comes as a rain. So the first Agni is the Deva Agni, which happens in the heavens. Second Agni is in the clouds. It comes as a rain, and the rain drops into the earth. Of course, when I say rain, it contains the light as well. Without the sunlight, the rain won't come. So it is the liquid form of energy with the light of the sun, with all the ingredients of the creating power from the heavens, drops as a dew drops into the earth. The earth receives it, as a mother earth receives it. The sun is a father, gives it, and then it creates in its garbhas all the oshadis, everything it creates. This oshadi, annam, get the rasam of this devam, then goes into, a man eats it, it becomes a shukla, the sperm, the ojas in him. And then when he is with a woman, it goes into the women's agni called Shronidam. So this mechanism is a yajna that happens all the time. So when it happens, in the Panchagnis creates a being, a bhava prapti happens. So it creates, because it came from what? Came from the Prithvi. Prithvi is insentient, which contains a light, insentient. So the Jiva Vritti happens like this. So when it enters into the womb, there is the insentient part, the sentient part enters. But here it says, it enters into the place which is parame pararthe. So the light is not in the fetus in the womb, it is in the heart of the being. The heart comes up, opens up slowly. It is just a pindam inside without any knowledge. It's just like a chapati flour, just growing. But after some time, they say 6 weeks, pulsation start, but then no heart is formed, and then 16 weeks the heart is formed. That means the Ishvara is lighting up. But at some stage, maybe 30 weeks or something, when it's ready to come to the earth, it turns around. That's the time the Chaya gets a full-fledged form, shape. See, this is not needed to understand. I'm just giving you how deep this each mantra can go into. Do we need to know it? No. Simply if you can have the Shraddha that my creation into this body is the Ishvara, the Yajna that happens. I cannot avoid it. Well, I can avoid it if I know that I don't want to be in this position. Why I cannot know it? Because I have the poor white blanket called avidya. Well, why I born to this parents? Luckily I am. Why I didn't born to that parent? Because that embodiment is the right loke for you. Why? Because ritum bibantu, the karma that you ask for to drink, this conditioning is what is good for you. Because you died with anguish for learning Carnatic music. You want to be rich. You want to do all that. You did a lot of punyas. But you're born to an ambience where this can be nurtured. So it is what you ask for it. How do I know? I didn't deliberately ask for it. Well, you do. Every day you ask for it. Please make me a rich person. Make me better than the other person. Let me buy this house. And suddenly I die. But my desires are still there. I will be born in some stage to achieve this fact. Well, then what is escape? Don't desire? Impossible. Even to don't desire is a desire. So you desire to sustain this journey. You need a ticket. That means you need some money to live, and you have to give the money to give to others. But then don't nurture the deep, long desires with the kartrutvam, with I am doing it. Well, I want to build this temple. I want to build this hospital for everybody to benefit. Go and build it. But don't think I am building it. Because if I think I am building it, I am the karta for it. You get lots of punyams because you did a fantastic thing. You'll be born as a Bill Gates or somebody like that. You have billions of dollars. You build more and more. So you'll be on that loop. You can be that. But you may also get papam. So there is an escape path. But today we are not talking about that. We are talking about what is that comes with me and how I come into this. That comes with me is the Ishvara. And I come into this because of the Panchak, the Agni happens, Yajnam happens. It is the Prakriti that is creating this path. And therefore, instead of being shunning this, instead of being, so therefore I got somehow entrapment, started enjoying it. Hey, no problem. I'm born in this world to play with you, but I'm going to play my game that will not affect me of failure or a success. Therefore, I take the path of jnanam in this journey. So this is the first mantra. So we'll stop it here today, and then we continue the next class. Om Sakana Bhavatu.
Om Sakana
Sakano Punaktu.
Sahanam Punaktu
Sakaviryam Karavavakai.
Sahaviryam Paravavahe
Tejasvina Vadidamastu.
Tejasvinam
Ma
Vaditamastu
Vitvishavahai.
Ma Vidvishahe.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om
Om
Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Hari
Shanti.
Om Tat Sat.
Hari
Hari
Om Tat Sat.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.